Hi guys, Steady Eddie here. This time taking a walk along Dong Tan Beach near Jomtien, Pattaya area, that sort of area, okay? Well, it's a bit of a cloudy day today. It wasn't a few minutes ago. It's nice and blue sky, but clouds come out of nowhere. But so what? The temperature's fantastic. It's almost at the end of February. And I've been in this part of Thailand, this Pattaya region, for getting on for 2 months now. And it's about time I started thinking about where else to go. Well, I've decided after almost a couple of months of arriving here to stay in Thailand. I know the last couple of months have been a little bit turbulent. Month of January was, you know, very, very precarious with all the onion variant raging and a lot of things closing in Pattaya, closing early, that sort of thing. The month of February has turned out pretty good. I've kind of enjoyed my time here. I've had some good nights out. It's been okay. Pattaya has been really, really good. The fact is that I'm not used to staying at Pattaya very, very long. It's a place where I come to sort of sporadically, and this is actually the longest period of time that I've actually stayed in this Pattaya region. And every day Pattaya gets smaller. It's quite a big place, but when you're walking around Beach Road and Second Road and Soi Buakhao, it does get smaller and smaller. Also, Walking Street is still very, very much out of the question. That's a sad state. So you can count Walking Street out. That's not going to recover anytime soon. That'll take a long time, really, I would imagine. So really, the liveliest part of Pattaya is the Soi Buakhao area, which is very lively, and you kind of get used to that 11 o'clock closing. But the fact is, I've been here too long. What it is, I kind of lose the plot in Pattaya. It's a place where I tend not to make too many videos under normal circumstances. I'll come here, lose the plot, and then go somewhere else. So it's almost 2 months since I arrived in Thailand, and it's about time I started traveling again. So, Cambodia. I had my heart set on going to Cambodia, but it's been dashed, well, a couple of times really. The first dash that I had was that they cancelled my flight about a few weeks ago, okay? So I thought I'll wait till my two-month visa expires and head to Cambodia again. I mean, the reports are pretty good up until a couple of weeks ago when I started hearing that the cases of the onion variant were going up, up, up. Now, yesterday I was in two minds. What shall I do? What shall I do? Shall I try and get my Thai visa renewed by an agent for another couple of months? Shall I try and do that? Or shall I book a flight to Cambodia? But then I received a message from a subscriber to this channel who was in Cambodia, and he basically said, it's not the time to be going there because he's tested positive and some of his friends have tested positive, and it seems that the old antivirus is definitely on the rise there. It's not a good time to be visiting. So I think it's whether they choose to lock down bars or whatever in Cambodia, I don't know, but it's what I've decided, it's not the time to be going there. Also, Philippines, there's no easy options. There are no easy options. It's not the case that you can simply just get on a plane and go somewhere else. Vietnam, they announced last week that all the flights are resuming to Vietnam, but that's not up and running yet. They're not really officially open to that until I think it's March the 15th. So basically, I've decided to stay in Thailand. As somebody said to me, when you're on the winning side, I mean, why change sides when your side is winning, I suppose? And Thailand's not exactly a winner at the moment. There are still restrictions, and you still hear various reports of the onion variant rising or whatever, but it seems to me to be the best place to be right now. Also, I don't want to be crossing borders and getting on airplanes out the country and doing those bloody PCR tests. Oh, they get on me nerves then. I can do without all of that. Basically, what I've decided to do is to renew my visa for another 60 days in Thailand. Okay. Well, there's a lot worse places to be. I mean, Jesus, I mean, this is lovely, fantastic t-shirts and shorts weather. Marvellous climate here. Sometimes you get a cloudy day like this one, and we've got a little bit of iffy weather recently, but apart from that, it's still a great place to be weather-wise, and it's lively enough. But Pattaya is just one town, and I've got to get out and start seeing the others. So what I've decided to do is to go travelling. As soon as my visa is sorted out, I'm not going to give details away about that, obviously, not too many details anyway. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the road. I've decided to go travelling around Thailand. So where do I go? Where is there to go? I've got to get out of Pattaya. I really got to get out of Pattaya. I've been here too long now. I've got to start seeing other places. So what I've done today is I got on the internet and I started researching other places to go in Thailand. The ones that I've been to several times before. I've been to Phuket years ago. I've been to Chiang Mai a few times. Various other places, Bangkok of course. But there's still a lot of places in Thailand that I've never been to. So it's time to start exploring them. So what I've done today, I got on the internet and I started researching travelling around Thailand by public transport, bus or perhaps train, or maybe even boat in some cases. What I'm not going to be doing is motorbikes. I don't do motorbikes. I know there's a number of vloggers who travel Thailand by motorbikes, and great for if you like that sort of thing, but I don't do motorbikes. Also, I don't like domestic flights. You know, it kills the travel for me. I mean, I've travelled all around South America, some massive countries in South America by bus. 18, 20-hour journeys in some cases. Now, I don't want to do those kind of journeys again, but I was researching on the internet today where I can go in Thailand. Now, let's see, for example, if I went from here to Phuket. Well, it looks to me that the first port of call would be Bangkok. I wouldn't mind staying in Bangkok for a few days, get to see that place once again. And then from Bangkok, maybe to Hua Hin. I've been there before, I wouldn't mind seeing that again. And then from Hua Hin, a couple of other places, Surat Thani, and maybe one or two other places, and eventually ended up in Phuket. Now, I looked at this on the internet, and all the bus journeys and train journeys, whatever, were all very, very reasonable. They were all around about 4 hours, maybe 5 hours, something like that. That's a doddle. Like I said a moment ago, I've done 20-hour bus journeys throughout all kinds of continents, South America, Ethiopia. I even travelled parts of India by bus. But before I forget that one, let me just recommend something to you. If you are ever going to go from Mumbai to Goa by overnight sleeper bus, as I did, whatever you do not do what I did. Do not have several beers and a green curry before you get on that bus, because it's a bloody nightmare. Worst journey of my life, okay? But yeah, public transport is the best way for me. I don't like airplanes. All airports look the same for me. I just don't like that travel. If you travel around by road, it takes much longer, but it's more rewarding ultimately, simply because some of the highlights of the stuff you see in between locations. I've travelled all through Bolivia and Peru and all kinds of countries by bus, and I've had some really great encounters during the bus journeys, the places that you stop off. You see so much more. You're missing out on a lot if you start getting airplanes across the country. So no motorbikes, no domestic flights, unless of course I do get down to deepest, darkest Phuket. I want to go to North Thailand. Maybe then I'll get a domestic flight from Phuket to North. We'll see what happens anyway. But anyway, okay. So anyway, this is the corny bit. This is the really corny bit. This is going to make you sick, this is. When I was on the internet today, researching all of this, all these places that I can go to, a little bit of something came back that has been missing from my life in recent times. And that is that old traveller excitement, that old traveller enthusiasm. as I was researching these places, you know, I started getting enthusiastic. I can go there to there in 4 hours, and you know, the bus timetables and trains and all that. It was kind of reminded me of the olden days when I used to read the Lonely Planet guide. Long before I was on the internet, I'd read the Lonely Planet guide, and basically I'd pick it up, I'd, you know, look at a couple of things, and then about 3 hours later I was still plowing through the pages. I mean, your enthusiasm for travel just goes and goes and just doesn't end. So yeah, a little spark, I know it sounds corny, but a little spark of that lovely old traveller instinct return. Gone are the days when I'll be prepared to do 20-hour bus journeys. I certainly don't want to do that. But 4 to 5 hour bus journeys, a doddle, not a problem. So yeah, I'm going to be staying in Thailand for another couple of months. It's just not the time to be, you know, crossing over into other countries. I'm happy here right now, but I've done me bit in Pattaya. I've been here a bit too long, and if anyone thought, you know, well, Eddie's just becoming another Pattaya vlogger, yeah, you know, wrong. Eddie is still very, very much the traveller, and travel is going to get away pretty soon. It's going to get underway. I hope you guys can come with me. In about a week's time, I should get things sorted, and I should be hitting the road. The first stop will be Bangkok, but hopefully Hua Hin. Maybe meet a few other YouTubers along the way. That would be nice. And I'm looking at that old traveller's enthusiasm. It's back. It's back. I can't wait to get travelling again. Okay? For now, I'm here at Dongatan Pattaya Beach. It was lovely blue skies when I arrived here about half an hour ago. I don't know where this clouds come from anyway, but okay, so I'll wrap this one up anyway. I've said my piece. I'm staying in Thailand for another couple of months, and then just take it from there, really. But there's going to be a lot to come. There's going to be, you know, well, there's going to be those places I mentioned. I probably will end up in Phuket, but then you never know. It may not end there. I may head out to northern Thailand. We'll see. We'll see about that. But Steady Eddie Traveller is coming back, okay? Listen, I'm going to wrap this one up. I'll say thanks for watching. Have a great day, a great evening at whatever you're doing, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.